Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, whatever the case may be. So today we're going to be doing a full face using Primark makeup, and quite a lot of the products we're using today are newer products that they have out. I've got one or two products that I've had for a while now, simply because I just couldn't find the product that I was looking for in store. So if you guys want to see what products I'll be using today and see how this face turns out, keep on watching. Okay guys, so before we get started, I have moisturised using my e.l.f. moisturiser, which does act as a primer also, but I added just a little bit extra with my Jordana primer just to make sure the surface is nice and smooth and well hydrated. So we're going to go in there with foundation first. So this is my perfect colour. Now this is pretty much really new on the market, and this is like £2.50. So it's a perfect perfect finish foundation, medium coverage, semi-matte finish, and it has vitamin E in there as well. You're getting 35 mils of product, which is just slightly more than your average foundation. And also I got this in the shade Porcelain because I am pretty ghostly, so I thought we'll head with this one and see. Now I'm just going to apply this as I would any other foundation. So I'm just going to put a few drops on my hand, and I'm going to use, if I reach for it now, my Miracle Complexion sponge. That's how I apply pretty much all my foundations. So when you open this up, you're getting a little foil film over it. That's if I can get hold of it to get it off. So I'm just going to remove that there. So basically all it is you just see the foundation comes out of there just like that. And it does come out quite quickly. So I'm just going to start off with that on my hand, because like that, sometimes a little goes a long way. So it is, it's not runny and a really thin texture. I would say it was sort of a medium consistency, not too thick, not too thin. As far as smell goes, it doesn't really smell of much. The only thing I would say, possibly, it smells a little bit like baby lotion, but it's not a strong, overpowering smell. So I'm just going to start applying this as I would any of my other foundations. I would say actually the consistency reminds me a little bit of the e.l.f. Flawless Finish. It has that same sort of texture. So let's just blend this in and see how we get on. Like that. I'm hoping this shade will blend in well. I think it should, as Porcelain is pretty much the shade that I do tend to go with most of my foundations, between Fair and Porcelain. So I'm pretty much hoping that this will work quite well. It has blended in really, really nice. And like I said, it's sitting on the skin not too bad. And the shade's actually okay for my skin. I would definitely say Porcelain is just bang on for what I need. The only thing that I'm not so keen on with this foundation is obviously the packaging. I don't like the squeezy tube. I am more of a pump foundation girl, but I have to say so far the product is working really nicely. So yeah guys, that is my full face done, and I've still got pretty much all that on my hands. So I did say to you guys that I have probably used a little bit too much, but I'm really liking the finish that I've got there. I definitely agree it is a medium coverage, but I also think this is a product that you can build up on and work on. So yeah, I'm really, really liking that product. So next product is obviously concealer, and I've picked up again one of these. So this is one of their newer products again. So this is the My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer. Now this reminds me of the NARS concealers. It just looks so similar, the packaging and whatnot. Now I got this in the shade Nude Beige. I couldn't see anything lighter on the day, so I really hope this is going to be enough for my skin. I think it's actually going to be too dark, but we'll just roll with it. I really like the doe foot applicator, as you can see. I really think that's a nice touch. Yeah, this is far too dark for me, far too dark, but we're going to go with it for this video. I may have to just use something on top just to brighten that area, but we'll go with it. So I'm just putting some where I normally would do, just down these areas here. And I'm just going to blend that out just so you guys can see. But as you can see, it is far too dark for my skin tone. It's not giving me any brightness, and that's not the product's fault. That's just that there wasn't any shades lighter than that in store. But from just what I'm seeing, even just using the shade here, it is blending out really, really nice. And it's giving good coverage, definitely giving good coverage, but like I said, it's just not the right shade for me. I need something that's more brightening. This is just adding a little bit too much yellowiness underneath my eyes. It really isn't doing much for me, the shade. But as far as the product goes, I really like the consistency, I really like how it blends out really nice, and I really like the coverage you're getting from it. So I absolutely love this product that I've seen today, but the shade is just not right for me. I would definitely need something that's lighter. So Nude Beach is just not for me. I definitely would need something that's fair, porcelain, any of that. So what I'm going to do is just, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. You know what, I'm not even going to touch any of that. All I'm going to do is just use some of this. I didn't get a translucent powder, so I'm just using this one here, which is just from, I think this was from my Poundland video. So I'm just going to use this. This is from Makeup Gallery, and it's just a translucent powder. So I'm just going to use that to set my under eye area. But yeah, guys, I absolutely love that product. I have to say, I really like the concealer. I like the whole idea. I like the packaging. And what's under my eyes is sitting really nice under my eyes, and it has given me nice coverage. It's just not the right shade. It's just not brightened up my under eye area, which is typically what I do go for. So we're just going to plow on with this video. Now, the next thing that I would probably do is now my eyes. So I'm just going to prep all that, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we're back, and I've just primed my eyes using this, the Focus and Fix primer from Makeup Revolution, just to put a base on my eyes. Now, I've got 3 different Primark palettes to choose from, and you've seen these in my latest haul video that I did. So I've got the Master palette here, and I've also got 2 mini palettes, the Vintage and Matte. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between the Vintage and Matte, so these 2 here, which are £2.50 a piece. And I think I'm going to go for a nice pinky purpley eye. I'm also then going to use the Master palette for one of those nice shimmers, and I think I'm going to go for a pink shimmer just for a little bit of something. So typically I would put my tape on my eye for that nice crisp line, but I'm just going to go with it today. But I'm going to start off with my trusty fluffy brush, just this one here. And I'm going to start off with the matte palette. So this is what it looks like here. So the first shade I'm going to go with is, I'm going to go in with this right here. And I'm just going to lay a base down all over the eye. So just my brush has something on it, so that's not a good start. Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? Can you? That's what happens. So I'm just going to quickly take this little makeup cleansing wipe and just wipe that away. And then I'm going to add some more Focus Fix from Makeup Rev. And I'm going to take my little Baby Miracle complexion sponge and just blend all that in. And then we're going to start again. Anyhow, going back in with this shade right here, just to lay a foundation really. That's more like it. So the shade that I've laid down is sort of got off a pinky undertone just right here, but it's just something just to lay down. Then what I'm going to go is I'm going to go in with this sort of like taupey colour just here, and I'm going to take that in the crease. So just taking that in the crease just to deepen that up a bit. And we're going to do the same on the other eye. So that's just created a little bit of depth. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and I'm just going to blend that colour. Again, just making sure that all the lines are nice and soft. One thing I will say is so far these colours are pretty well pigmented for the price tag. Then what I want to do is I'm just going to take this brown shade and I'm just going to take that in the corners and just take that into the middle of the lid. I'm not going too far with it. I just want to go from here and bringing that into the middle. But as you can see, these shades are pretty pigmented. And I mean, this palette was £2.50. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Real Techniques, I'm going to place all that down here, and I'm just going to get a closer look by bringing my mirror forward. And I'm going to buff that. So really easily blended out. I'm not having any hassle blending these, which is rather nice, you know, because there's this whole misconception of you buy something that's relatively cheap and it's going to be absolute rubbish. And you know what, nowadays that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. I mean, because for instance, Primark nowadays are bringing out really, really good makeup. They're upping their game, and the makeup that they're producing and coming out with is really, really nice. Now, continuing on with the matte palette, I'm then going to take more of a flat-ended brush, so this one right here, and I'm just going to start dipping into more of the warmer colours, and I'm going to take this one here and again put that in the corners where we have the darker, and I just want to start warming that up. What I will say is you do pick up a lot of product, so just be careful of that. So what I'm going to do is start bringing that, just small circular motions, and I'm just laying that down, sort of stippling that in even, if you like, and then just slowly bringing that in. So you've got that laid down there. And what I'm going to do is just do the same on the other eye. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, Real Techniques brush, and again, just blending these colours together. Just so that you've got a more of a seamless line. And again, I'm just pulling that in towards the middle of the line. In the middle of the line, my God, I can't speak right. The middle of the lid even. That helps, Michelle, if you can actually tell people what you're really talking about. And same on the other eye. So that's really looking nice and glam. Looking rather nice. Then what I'm going to do is, again, I think I may actually swap over just for a second and take this vintage palette, and I'm going to go for this really pretty cranberry red here and just place a little bit of that on top. I think, to be fair, this is probably a bit of a more of a shimmery one, but I just want to add a little bit sort of going along here. I mean, how pretty is that colour? That's so pretty. So again, I'm just doing the same on the other side. And then I'm just going to blend all those colours together. It's just a matter of continually blending and continually just making sure everything is working. Like I said, in pretty much all my videos when I'm doing tutorials, guys, I am not a professional by any shape, way or means. I just enjoy makeup, and this is how I would do it. It's not necessarily the right way, it's just what works for me. So yeah, I'm really liking the really warm, deep look we're creating. Now what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of a pop of deep purple, and I think I'm actually going to stick with a vintage palette and just use this one right here. And for that I'm going to take a little round brush, and again just making sure that these are all clean, and I'm just going to dip the tip of that in there, and all I'm doing is just stippling that in to the very corners, just creating a wee bit more depth at the very edges. Oh, went too far with that one. I've overstepped my line, but that's okay, we can fix all that. As you can see, these colours are so pigmented. And then I'm just going to take my wee blending brush and just gently, you're not wanting to go in there heavy-handed, and just smoke that inwards. And what I'm going to do later is, obviously when I'm finished with the eye, I'm just going to clean up that little mishap we've had right there. I'm just going to pull this closer so I can... That's really pretty, those reds. I mean, that red is so pretty, that cranberry. Really pretty. Now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the crease now. So for this I would just use my LA Girl concealer, and I'm just using one of my unicorn brushes that has a really flat edge and just nice for getting in there. So I am just going to pop a blob of that on my hand there. So I'm just going to go and cut this crease, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I've just cut this first crease just to show you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I've just put a bit of translucent powder on that crease, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in there with my flat brush, but now I'm using the Master palette. I am going to use this very light pinky shade, and we're just going to place that all over the lid. I'm going to try it with the brush first and see how that works. If it's not going to pick up the colour, I'm just going to use my finger. But it is picking up the colour. It's actually a really pretty shade, to be fair. So yeah, I'm just placing this down first. I may add a little bit of gold in there as well. I'll see how we fare, but I'm just bringing that across the line as well. But that's looking really pretty. So we've got the really pinky shimmery shade on the cut crease with this red deep purpley look at the bottom. I am going to place a little bit more of that red and purpliness coming over, just so that we've not got too much of the cut crease going on. So now that I've laid that down, I'm going to go back in there with, I think, my vintage palette, and I'm going to take that really nice cranberry right here, and I'm just going to place that sort of where the join is, just to create a little bit of warmth. And I'm just bringing that ever so slightly over the join, just so everything is sort of blending together. You can even go in there with a domed brush if you wanted more of a precise line. And then just blend. I'm really liking that eye, guys. So what I'm going to go and do is I am going to just go and do this eye, finish that off, and then we'll get back to the rest of the face. Okay guys, so the eye looks just about complete. What I want to do is just dip back into that Master palette, and I'm going to use this gold. And all I'm going to do is take a little round brush and dip that in there. And I just want to bring a little bit of that gold in the corner there. Just adds a little bit of something and just adds a nice little bit of depth. Now you can even, if you wanted to, go back in there with that red cranberry so that you've got a bit of a halo going on. But I just want to do a little bit of this gold. I think it's a really nice just colour there. Okay, so that's just about eyes done. All I'm going to do is now take, again, that little round brush, I think, and I'm just going to go under the eye with, let me see, dipping back into that matte palette, I'm just going to go in with this here. So yeah, I'm just dipping that purple in there, not going heavy-handed. I just want to take it very lightly under that waterline. Again, I don't want to add too much to this look because I'm kind of going for a nice, warm, understated eye, nothing too major. So there we have it, that's the eyeshadows done, and I have to say I am absolutely loving what we've achieved here today. The colours from these palettes are really pigmented. They blend really well, they look really nice on the eye. There's a good mixture of shimmers and mattes, and for the price as well. I mean, the master palette was £6 and the two mini palettes, which are vintage and matte, they were £2.50 each. So moving on now, I don't have a new blush to try out for you guys. You've seen the blush I've had, and also you've seen the highlight I had. So I'm going to pop off and do my brows, blush and everything else off camera because it's products you already have seen, but when I do come back I will tell you what products we have used. Okay guys, so we are back. So all I basically did is some bronzing, which I used, I don't have a Primark bronzer, so I just used my e.l.f. and this is in Fiji Matte. For my blush I used a Primark blush, this one just right here, so this is in Coral. And my brows, I used a combination of Avon, the pencil here, which is Brunette, Avon True, and I used my Gimme Brow from Benefit as well. And I just added a lot for highlight. I obviously used my PS Pure Glow, which I absolutely love this little palette. I did a video with this palette quite a while back, and it was, what, £5. So I've just placed a little bit of gold highlight just under my brow bone, and obviously I've used that gold for my highlight today, which is just absolutely stunning. So I know this video is getting long AF, but we're getting there, guys. So I'm just going to use this one here, which is one of their newer mascaras, or new to me, High Definition Mascara Ultra Volume and Lift. Now, I was really enjoying the PS Lash Out Mascara, but the last two times I've been in store, they don't have it, which is very disappointing. So this is the wand here. So basically, more or less, a straight up and down plastic wand. There is a bit of a curve as you're coming into the middle. So let's just see if this does what it says. I actually have to say, now that I've got the wand in there, I'm actually liking how slimline it is, because you're actually getting right to the root of your lashes, which is rather nice. And it seems to be gripping all of my lashes as well. So far, I'm liking this mascara. So that's just one coat using that mascara, and I have to say I am enjoying the results. I have to say this mascara was £3. So again, not a lot of money, but it has given me a lot of volume to my lashes. I have to be honest with you right here and say that it's also given me a lot of length. I mean, look at that. I'm really liking that look. I like the wand to this mascara. It just grabs all your, it grabs all your lashes. It really does give you that volume and length to the lashes as well. I'm really liking it, especially for the lower lash line. It has gripped all of my lashes and it's fanned them out really, really nice. So loving this mascara. Now you'll be glad to know, last but not least, we're going to lipstick. I have 3 lipsticks and 3 lip glosses from their new range. I'm obviously not going to be able to wear them all, but these are what they look like. So this is from their Instagirl range. So I've already picked one of these up in more of a grayer colour. I can't remember the name of that one. And these are like £2 a piece, and these are £2.50. So I think for today I'm going to use, I think, one of their lipsticks, and this is hashtag like that. And this is what you see. So it's white packaging, which I think is really nice and sleek, and obviously your chrome ring there. And this is the colour you're seeing. So a really nice pinky nude. I think it'll just tie in nicely with the look we've got. We are going for, it is a glam look, but it's more of an understated glam look. So I'm not going to use lip liner because I want to see how this product works without. Okay, so that's what we've got there just now. So more of actually a peachy pinky nude. I would say it's slightly harder to apply. You do have to put a little bit of effort there to get it on. But when it's on the lips, it feels really, really nice. It's got a really nice smell to it. More of like a cocoa vanilla smell. Really, really nice and comfortable on the lips, and feels very, very hydrating. What I want to do though, guys, just before we finish this video, is I do think I am going to pop a little bit of gloss on top. So this one we've got is Selfie, and like I said, these are £2 a piece, and you're getting a doe foot applicator. This will be obviously darker than what we have on our lip right now, but I'm going to go easy with it just to add a little bit more depth to that there. And all I'm going to do then is take my finger for any bits that are a bit unblended, just use my finger to blend them in. So guys, that is pretty much finished this full face using Primark makeup. I have to say, my final thoughts on all the products, I absolutely loved everything. I have to say the foundation is looking really good on the skin. I've not got any separation, nothing's like sinking in. I've obviously got my usual problem, which is my cracking around my nose, but concealer was also really, really nice. It's just unfortunate it wasn't the shade for me. So I definitely think I'm going to have to keep an eye out for a lighter shade. The eyeshadows are really pigmented, they blend really well, they feel really nice on the eye, and they're just really easy to work with, and the shades are just absolutely beautiful. And like I said, the lip products, again, the lipstick feels really good on the skin. It is a little bit harder to apply. I wouldn't say hard as in you're having to scrape it on, but it's just a little bit tougher to get on. So all I would say for that is either put a lip balm or a lip oil underneath and then apply, or you could just hold the lipstick in your hand and warm it up for a few seconds before applying to the lip. But guys, everything that I've used here today I'm absolutely loving, especially that mascara. I'm absolutely in love with it. So guys, if you have liked this very long full face Primark video, then please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so now, because it would help me out a ton. So before you check on out, remember to hit that subscribe button. So until the next video, guys, you take care, and we shall see you soon. Bye.